came along this way. But faintly in the distance, I thought that I could hear the rumble of a bison herd beginning to draw near. Roll, bison, roll, rolling through green hills. When I began my seminar, the winds began to wail, soon followed by lightning and the thunder and the hail. But I just kept on talking. What else could I do? And soon the storm was over and my interview was through. Roll, bison, roll, bison, roll, rolling through green hills. I think you get the idea now that chorus goes, you know. So I'll refrain from repeating that to the very end. Well, I didn't get the job that I was interviewing for. And looking back, I thank the Lord 1,000 times or more. Because if I had become the dean, I would not have lasted long and couldn't be right here today to bring to you this song. From the ranks there then stepped forth a distinguished volunteer. He said, I am reluctant, but I'll do it for a year. And to his word he proved so true, a blessing from above. But then he said, I've had enough, and returned to his first love. I'm not sure what happened next. My memory grows dim. But ice cold fear runs through me when someone says interim. That year went pretty well, but suddenly was through. And we could only wonder, oh my, what will we do? Then from the east, a rambling wreck rolled into town. He said, howdy boys, I'm here to help. On the way. Well, somehow we believed him, though I really don't know why. Perhaps we caught a fleeting glimpse of those bison in the sky. They couldn't shut him up, and so they offered him the job. And he became the leader of this most eclectic mob. Now he's got things rolling, and they just can't shut him down because he knows everyone who's anybody in this town. He don't whine, and he don't fret, and he don't worry none. He just goes about his business, having lots of fun. But if I was a Bruin, Tiger, or Commodore, I'd keep a wary eye on all those bison at my door. Well, this is where my chapter ends, but the saga will go on, because the bison herd keeps growing and rolling right along. But if I was a Bruin, Tiger, or Commodore, I'd be careful where I step with all those bison in my Thank you very much.
I have only one comment, and that is, if it wasn't for this Church of Christ thing, you could have hired a real dean.
Any rebuttals from the,
You gotta be kidding.
Well, I can follow that act. There's no way. You can dance. I can dance. Maybe Jenny could dance with me.
Easy, Tiger.
I just want to say a few things. This has been great this last week. Jenny and your cohort, the brain and the brawn. Laurie's not here, but Laurie was very much a part of pulling this all together. So this has been great the whole week. And the pictures, food, cotton candy, the snow cones. Couldn't have made it any better, I don't think. You know, I'm thinking back to how this all came about. I think the Lord has brought me to Lipscomb twice. The first time, I had no plans to come to Lipscomb. I thought I'd go straight to Vanderbilt. The Lord took me on a detour. I was in Lipscomb for 2 years. Met Linda, we got married. Then on to Vanderbilt, and then on to Kentucky for 30 years. And then timing was perfect. That the very summer that George O'Connor and Ralph Butler were looking for a faculty member was the summer that I became eligible to retire, which gave me the wherewithal to come and work at Lipscomb and still have some reasonable standard of living, right? So the Lord had perfect timing and everything worked out just fine. Talking about long faces, the summer of 2002, both of our boys left Kentucky to go their careers, one to Houston, one to Chattanooga for residency, and long faces at home because the oldest son took the first grandchild with them. And so we had a long face at home, but the Lord provided an opportunity for us to come back to Lipscomb, and it all just worked out so well. And so I just see His hand in all that has happened. I see it now growing. It's becoming stronger. We had a good foundation for it. Kerry, Fred, George O'Connor, and Greg came along, and one by one, Richard, Chris, everybody else, John. And it's growing. It's growing. And Justin came along. I wish I could write a song like that. There's something about this retirement and all these events. Everybody's a lot of fun. But the preface, before they do anything or say anything, is you're really leaving, aren't you? I remember the poems they read about me at Lipscomb, and the guy that worked for me got up to read a poem, and he said, "Wait a minute, John, you really are leaving, aren't you?" So it was a lot of fun then. It's a lot of fun then. So, Linda, you got anything to say?
But I'll miss everybody.
Yeah.
We'll miss you more than we miss John.
But
Yeah.
I will not miss this cards. That's the truth.
So, thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of you for being such good friends. Day in and day out, good times, bad times. I think we've got a great engineering school, and I just wish you the best. And, God bless you.
Well, I don't know why everybody's got these long faces. I look at this and I say, yeah, I'm going away, but Kirsten Dotson is coming. And that is a bright, fresh, new source of blood for the College of Engineering. And the other departments are doing the same thing. I'd like to talk about heat transfer for a minute, Joy. The way I see what's happened over the last 2 years, the provost said there's a lot of money being spent at the top of the organization in the mechanical engineering department. And there's only so much money to go around to hire new faculty and all this stuff. So, Kerry, you're going to have to cut back on your time a little bit. We're not going to pay you as much so that we can bring Joey on. And so I cut back to quarter time year before last and half time this year. And that was all to make room for Joey. And then I'm cutting back to nothing this next year to make room for Kirsten. So the way I see it, It took Joey and Kirsten to replace me. But it was, I don't think Joey knows how hard it was for me to part with some courses that I had taught from day one at Lipscomb. And like I said, that was, like he said, that was hard. But I am over it. I am really over it. So, you know, I could tell a story much like John's about being in mid-career at a large organization and having success by any standards in terms of what I had done there. But it was a great day for me when Fred Gilliam sent me an email and said, Kerry, you know, over the years I've tried to entice you to join various academic institutions like the University of Texas and UT. And those were really good deals. But I've got one that is so much better than any of those, and I want you to come join me at Lipscomb. There was quite a bit of excitement in my heart till I shared with Carolyn that I wanted to pack up after 18 years in Washington, D.C. and leave all our friends behind and come to Nashville. That was not exactly what she wanted to hear. But it's been a great time for us. It's been a great time for us to be near family, and family needed us, and especially right now. But it's been a continuing unveiling for me of the things that God wanted me to do with the rest of my life, and not just I'm going to cry, Jimmy. And because I have discovered that there are great things that you can continue to be energized about, even when you're in the latter parts of your career, and they can be as stimulating as anything you've ever done in your career. So I am really fortunate that I am getting to stay around and continue to finish some work that I started with the Peugeot Center. So I have been greatly moved and steered, and rough edges taken off of me, not completely, but mostly in the years that I've been at Lipscomb. And it's been a wonderful ride, and you are all contributors to it. It's really nice to be sitting beside Heidi tonight and knowing how much she probably thinks I contributed to her life, but she contributed to mine just as much as, or even more than I've contributed to hers. To see her where she is in her career, but also where she is as a mother and as a wife, and the great person she's become in her corner of the world. So, and there are lots of examples like that are really the things that drive us and make us really make us be able to really understand the contributions that God's given us to make. So I will go on. I might stomp that Florida head again before I get out of here, but I doubt it because I'm a much more sensitive person.
Did we vote on that?
Elizabeth said, can we vote on that? Everybody have their can? You mind if we close with a prayer? Very good. Let's do that. Yeah. Put me in microphone. We all in? Oh, you should. Put a hand on the shoulder or whatever. Let's bow. Oh, dear Lord, I hope I can get through this without crying. Father, I praise your name for the work that you've done here. Father, I praise your name for the way you've blessed us with the warriors that have come along, work side by side, mentor children, young men and women as they form into adults, and Christians who will carry your banner high, Father. Father, thank you for Joe and for John and for Kerry for their contribution here. And Father, I want to also thank you for those that have gone before. Thank you for Ralph Butler's vision and for George O'Connor and the way he's contributed in the past. Father, thank you for even those before that, Paul Nance and Fletcher Shrigley. And there are so many, Father, that have built the foundation that we're building on. And Lord, I just thank you again for the three men that are honoring here tonight, because they have done so much to further your kingdom, Father. And hopefully the work that we've done here will carry on and be a blessing to others in many generations to come. Father, we just pray that your Spirit will always be with us, and that we will always seek to do your will. In the name of Jesus, we